Joe Blanton?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, you're on. Go get him.
All right. Sounds good. Let me bring up my, get the correct one here. All right. Now I gotta. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I just want to make sure. Okay, I work with a company called Vibrance, and our whole focus is helping people help themselves, help their body heal itself naturally, because the body is the miracle, the body is the magic. Everything we do either supports or hinders our body healing ourselves. And so we're all about vibrational self-care for self-healing. I refer to it as the invisible difference because most of our products look like everybody else's products, but Vibrance has come up with a way through 0 point technology to add optimal wellness frequencies into our lasers, into our frequency disc, our lotions, etc., that match optimal wellness to the body to raise our vibration for self-healing. And your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating, no exceptions, okay? And the best way to explain it is, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, because everything is energy. And what a lot of people don't understand is the vibration is the EMF, or the electromagnetic field, and that's the information that creates that frequency. And it's either helpful to our body or it's harmful to our body. EMF's gotten a bad rap. When people think of EMF, they think of 5G or something negative, but every frequency has EMF that creates around that frequency. Okay, no exceptions. So EMF again is either coherent or incoherent. And coherent means it supports our body. Our body understands that language because it's from nature. Incoherent information is usually man-made. Coherent information is helpful to the body. It brings wellness down to a cellular level by allowing the body to vibrate higher frequencies, which allows better cell-to-cell communication, which is the key to everything, is effective communication with the wellness of your muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, kidneys, eyes, everything. And this is what your blood looks like when you're in coherent energy. The cells are all free-flowing, red blood cells are all free-flowing, they're communicating effectively, gives you better microcirculation, more oxygen, and so life is good. Incoherent energy is harmful to the body. It creates pain and disease, not allowing the bodies to function on a cellular level effectively. So that's where the injuries and everything come from. And this is what your blood looks like when it's not communicating. It's bruleate, it's sticky blood. And over 95% of the people that come into microscopists, their blood looks like this or worse because of lifestyle. Okay, so this is what life looks like when you're in coherent energy, your body's functioning fully. And this is what your life looks like when it's incoherent. So these are coherent waves. They're all in phase. The communication is clear, it's like FM stereo. And this is what the waves look like when you're incoherent. It's like AM radio, got a lot of static in it, okay? So the body doesn't understand it well. Here's another way of looking at it. This is coherent communication here, good vibrations. This is incoherent communication here, what we might call bad vibrations. So again, the waves are in phase, they're in sync. Both people are communicating, speaking and listening in turn. And here, everybody's trying to talk at once. So just a little humor with what I'm talking about here. When you're in coherent communication in your body, you're upregulating your gene expression. And when you're incoherent, you're downregulating gene expression. Gene expression is the expression of life. It's responsible for structure and function in your body. So these are some of the things with frequencies in our environment today that are keeping people in incoherent vibration. The stuff they're spraying in the air, all the stuff they put in the water, the stuff they call food, that's one molecule away from plastic. The pesticides, the cell phones, the 5G, the chemicals, all of these have frequencies that are incoherent to our body. They're harmful electromagnetic fields, harmful information. This is the worst one right here. And a lot of this is self-inflicted. Self is an invisible, stress is an invisible frequency that shortens your telomeres, downgrades your immune system, and accelerates aging. And so one of the things that we do with optimal wellness frequencies is in seconds, we de-stress the body. Albert Einstein's another favorite of mine. The field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Well, this is a picture of the biofield that Albert Einstein talked about, and it looks two-dimensional here, but it's actually a cocoon. It completely engulfs us. We're like in a cocoon, and we are the particle. The biofield is the energetic energy that creates our physical body. I call it a step-down transformer, stepping down our spiritual vibration down to a 3D vibration where we can function on this plane. But Einstein said back in the 30s that future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. And more recently, the biofield creates and animates your physical body. No exceptions there either. William Tiller more recently says future medicine will be based on controlling energy frequencies in the body. And that's about as well as I've heard it put. Well, the future's here today because Vibrance has made a quantum leap in vibrational wellness. And one of my favorite tools is the red infrared laser pen. We use the octahedron and the flat Tesla coil, sacred geometry, to add additional frequencies. I call it nature's medicine, okay? Vibrance calls them human blueprint frequencies or optimal wellness frequencies that we add into all of our products. So we've added the invisible difference of nature's medicine to our laser, and we've added additional frequencies. So we're actually red and infrared. We have a nanometer span like a symphony from 660 nanometers to 870, working with your body at the speed of light. And your body works at the speed of light. If you think about it, our blood circulates 2 to 3 times a minute through our whole body at about 17 miles an hour. And there's over 33,000 arteries, veins, capillaries, etc. So for it to circulate 2 to 3 times a minute through our whole body is pretty miraculous. So again, it's the invisible difference. And not all lasers are created equal. Not all red lasers are created equal. Your standard red laser has 10 frequencies that match optimal wellness for the muscular and skeletal body. That's why NASA has been using them with the astronauts for 70 plus years. And what Vibrance has done through 0-point energy technology is we've added 92 additional frequencies into our red laser. So we infuse 102 frequencies of optimal wellness into our body. And self-healing is the response to that information. So there's red laser therapy, which is what Vibrance has. And then there's red light therapy, which is what most people are familiar with. Red light therapy is mostly LEDs, which are light emitting diodes. It's an incoherent wave. The information's there, so it does help the body, but there's static in it because the waves are not in phase. Okay, in lasers, laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. But the waves are in phase, so it's coherent and the body understands it completely. So laser light can produce 1,000 times the intensity of LEDs and so much more effective. So an LED is like listening to a radio, AM radio station. There's static in it, the information's still there. But the farther away you are, if weather comes into play, etc. Lasers are more like FM high definition stereo, okay? Just perfect, communication there. So again, it's all about nature's medicine. Nature's medicine helps de-stress your body. And there's 2 key mechanisms that work with the red infrared laser therapy. NASA tells us that when you injure the body through trauma or through stress, etc., the mitochondria in that area curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog and stop communicating cell to cell. They take on more nitric oxide and less oxygen, so you have less energy, life force energy, because mitochondria produce the ATP in our body. So as soon as the red light hits the body, the mitochondria relax immediately. They kick out the excess nitric oxide, bring in more oxygen, And so the body produces about 30% more life force energy in seconds, because again, we're working at the speed of light. Second thing that happens is hormesis. Hormesis is building up the cell's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory defense system, makes your cells healthier, more energetic, more resilient, more tolerant to stress, helps prevent the buildup of free radicals. So those are the two key mechanisms that happen. So what we're doing is igniting your own energy to upregulate gene expression and build healthier proteins. And again, proteins are the expression of life because they're responsible for your function and your structure. So these are just, this is how the red infrared laser works as it penetrates your body. It de-stresses your body immediately, penetrates directly into your cells, into your tissues, your blood, nerves, rods and cones of the eyes, the brain, and into the bones. It enhances the function of the mitochondria, and about half your body weight is mitochondria. It adds about 30% life force energy into your blood in the first 30 seconds. It enhances microcirculation and oxygenation. It upregulates gene expression for healthier proteins, enhances cell-to-cell communication, lowers inflammation, and helps cells regenerate faster. So now it's time for the fine print. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, which stands for Forced Drugging America. And the products are not intended to diagnose, treat, mitigate, or cure any disease, and they don't. All we're doing is liberating your own energy to give your body a chance to heal itself naturally. Because as soon as you start using a laser, you're going to get about 30% life force energy increase in your blood. It's going to separate your red blood cells into free flowing. It's going to give you better microcirculation, more oxygen, and that's what the body needs to help heal itself. And to document all this, one of my favorite tests is on lasering common tap water. Dr. Kuhn down in Santa Fe, New Mexico, did this test with the GDV camera. We just want to know what the effect would be using a red laser on common tap water. So the glow on the left is the life force energy in a drop of common tap water. The glow on the right is the size of the energy pattern after 30 seconds of lasering with the red laser. The original test was done at 3 minutes, but we continued shortening the time, and it happens in about 30 seconds. The second thing that happened was we neutralized all the toxins, made the water wetter to where it hydrates the body better. And when I do expos, I have people that come into the booth with their water or coffee or whatever, and I'll ask them to take a drink of it, get a taste for how it tastes. Then I'll laser it for 30 seconds, and 80% of the people can taste the difference, even in the water, plain water, that it tastes wetter. So this is the biofield of the person before and after drinking the lasered water. And again, the biofield is what's hitting us. So every place that there's a gap, there's a problem or a potential problem in your body. And the key here is our blood is 94% water. Our brain is 78% water. Our eyes are 98% water. And so, lasering the water and getting more life force energy and less toxins, that affects your blood also. So that's the power of lasering your water or lasering your body and enhancing, the blood. Stimulating the mitochondria is the key with the red laser in particular. This is, we've done, tens and hundreds of thousands of these microscopy tests over, the last 13, 14 years. And every one of them comes out the same. 90+% of the people that come in for the test have rouleau blood or sticky blood. And so this lady did. All we did is shine the laser on her chest for 2 minutes, and this is what her blood looked like. Okay, free flowing blood. So here we have a compromised immune system. Here we have a healthy immune system, and you get to choose. You can, give yourself a biological upgrade every time you want to, if you have your own laser. So Bruce Lipton's one of my favorites also. The fate of our cells is determined by the chemistry of our blood. Again, there's no exceptions there. And so this is another fun one. For me, I started doing these live expos and stuff in 2018. And I was wearing contact lenses and reading glasses. And in 2011 here was my eye exam. My sphere was -100 and -150. And when people, I would demonstrate the red laser to people in these expos, and they say, well, you can't shine that laser in your eye. So I would just shine the laser in my eye with my eyes open, go back and forth across them, and tell them, all the frequencies are coherent. I wouldn't shine anybody else's red laser in my eyes, but I know these are all coherent, etc. And I do it for 15, 20 seconds, something like that. And then all of a sudden I got to where I didn't need reading glasses anymore. And I just kept doing it. Then I got to where I didn't need glasses for daytime or daytime driving. And today I don't need glasses at all. I drive day and night with no glasses after wearing glasses for 52 years. So in 2019, I was skiing in the moguls up at Bryan Head, Utah, and did a header, lost one of my lenses. So I went into Tropicana Pearl Vision, took my 2011 prescription and my glasses. And the doctor says, I've never seen an eye correct itself the way yours has. My sphere was negative 0.25, negative 0.75. And I was driving in the daytime without glasses. 2020, it improved even more to 0.75 and negative 0.75. And like I said, today I'm driving at night without glasses also. So that's a real blessing, after wearing them for 52 years. So there's another fun one I did. It's a aura chakra report at one of the events we did down in Laughlin. And this lady was doing the aura chakra readings and then treating people, accordingly. And so I had her do my aura and chakras. It came out basically, her definition was yellow: abundance, knowledge, wisdom, creativity, and philosophical. And so then I lasered each of my chakras for 30 seconds, and this was my aura and chakras. So this one's defined as beyond physical, transcendental, and higher dimensions. You see it's off the chart, top and bottom. White has all the colors, and the energy centers, the chakras are spinning succinctly. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is the aura is a direct reflection of your biofield. So again, it's about keeping a more of a resonance in your biofield. And resonance is the point of least resistance or the most communication. So you can give yourself a biological upgrade in seconds. I carry the red laser in my pocket all the time. And so this is another way. This is cellular repair in the moment when you have the red laser on a new injury. And I was hiking top of Mummy Mountain 2 years ago. And my pant leg caught when I went to jump from one rock to another, and I went face first and almost did a good push-up, but I ended up with a gash in my chin. This is the next morning. I didn't have a camera, and my battery was dead on my cell phone, so I didn't take the initial picture. But I saw stars. I used the red laser. The red laser takes the trauma out of a new injury in 30 to 45 seconds. And then the next most serious injury shows up, which I jammed my thumb pad, took the trauma out of that, and I jammed my index finger on my other hand. So I'm lasering between the three of them. I got 3.5 hours of hiking to get to the trailhead, an hour into town. And when I got into Trader Joe's, looked in the mirror, I had a gash 3/4 of an inch wide, hanging open 1/4 of an inch, and it was really deep. So I butterflied it closed, kept energizing it the rest of the evening before I went to bed, had full motion with everything because there's no swelling and there's full cell-to-cell communication when you get on a new injury right away. So the first morning I took the Band-Aid off, and this is what I saw. And then the second morning I saw this, and but the fourth morning I was shaving across it, and today you can't find the scar because it's cellular repair in the moment. Most people would have went and got 2 or 3 stitches, but with cellular repair in the moment, you don't have to. This is another one where I was painting my bedroom, barefooted, got a phone call, and I had a piece of copper 2 foot wide, 6 foot long that I used for grounding. And while I was talking on the phone, I went to slide that copper over with my foot, which, as you can see, was a mistake. All right. So I got on it right away with put some paper towels over it, started lasering it. And this is about 7-8 minutes after I cut it on the left. And then this one was 12 minutes later. You can see it's already starting to heal up. Well, there's no swelling, takes the trauma out in 30 to 45 seconds, no swelling. So I put some Band-Aids over it. I put one of our frequency discs on the bottom of my foot, one of our pendants on the ball of my foot, put a sock on, and 10 minutes later went back to painting my bedroom. And so then 2 days later, this is what it looked like. Again, no stitches, no downtime, and it's cellular repair in the moment. So we have three different lasers. The red one has frequencies added for the musculoskeletal body. The green has frequencies added for internal organ systems like the endocrine system, et cetera. And then the violet is antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. And each of them have a symphony of frequencies, not just one or two. So each of them have a full bandwidth of frequencies to accomplish helping raise the frequencies in the body to where the body can heal itself naturally. We have an ionizer with 25,000 negative ions. It complements the three lasers and has over 100 human blueprint frequencies added to it. Shoots out the end about 130 feet. The beauty with our lasers, most lasers have to be next to or close to the skin. We work through clothing, we work through the bottom of shoes, and distance doesn't make any difference. I can be 2 inches away from you, 20 feet away from you, 30 feet away from you, and I use them remotely. I worked on people as far away as England remotely, and it works just fine. So the green laser improves the oxygen carrying ability of the red blood cells and boosts the function of the brain. The violet laser improves microcirculation by nitric oxide, and it activates telomerase with maximum anti-aging effects. We also have pendants that have frequencies added to hold the body in parasympathetic. This is a thermography scan we did on it. On the left, you can see the red is very poor circulation, a lot of stress. We put one of our pendants on, 60 to 90 seconds later, we improved the circulation in the neck that much because, again, we work at the speed of light, doesn't have to be swallowed and digested. So the lasers kind of take you there in a hurry, and the pendants holds you there in that parasympathetic. We have a full line of lotions and detoxing powders, etc., that all are toxic free and edible. And that's important. Toxic free means there's no toxins in it, didn't have to be tested on animals. Non-toxic means they know there's toxins in it. They use the LD50 rule. They give a lethal dose to the animal, and if less than 50% of them die, it's non-toxic for human use. So we've been duped on that one too. We have a facial product. We have a toothpaste and oral care system that's documented as re-enameling teeth and healing infections that the dentist had given up on. And it's all plasma activated and ozonated. All of our liquids are. We have a facial mask, the original mask. This is Harriet before, and then one mask a week for 4 weeks. Because again, we took her out of incoherent energy interface into coherent energy interface. A little play on Bruce Lipton, anti-aging. The fate of your face is determined by the chemistry of your blood also, no exceptions. And then we'll shift gears here into EMF protection. This is what, no matter where you are right now, this is what's going through your body and your room. And this is the result of it. The one on the right is actually a 6-year-old girl using a cell phone a lot, and versus the healthy cells. So this is without vibrance, this is with vibrance. Again, coherent, incoherent waves versus coherent waves. So we go back to nature for everything. And so we have energy strips that are made up of, we call them earth strips. And there's 10 plants that thrive under high tension wires. So these earth strips are made up of 10 plants and 32 minerals that transmute the harmful EMF to a beneficial EMF. It's like milk thistle is one of the plants. Milk thistle thrives under microwave towers and high tension wires because it likes that EMF that's harmful to us. We have a symbiotic relationship with plants. We transmute oxygen to carbon dioxide, they transmute carbon dioxide back. So we have that same symbiotic relationship with harmful EMF with these plants. They transmute it back to helpful EMF. So it's actually helpful to be on, I mean, you're healthier to be on the phone. And then we have the tetrahedrons for the spatial area of your home or your vehicle or your office. And then we have Orion disc pendant for your body that protects you from even 5G. So again, we're actually transmuting harmful EMF to helpful EMF for you and the person you're calling. And so this is a thing on the frequencies of the body by Bruce Tanio. Healthy body is 62 to 78 megahertz. You have to bring your body all the way down to 58 megahertz before your body becomes a host for disease. You have to bring your vibration down to 42 megahertz where you become a host for cancer. And so I'm going to go ahead and run through this real quick, but your words can tell you where you're vibrating. Because again, you're either upregulating your gene expression to build a healthier protein with your words, or you're downregulating. Okay, so it's really that simple, and it relates to the chakras. The higher you're vibrating, you're more in creation, you're more flexible, you're lighter, and the lower you're vibrating, you're stiffer, you're more particle than you are wave. You're stiffer, you get poorer balance, etc., and you're more in survival. Your thoughts send out the energy request, and your feelings draw it back to you magnetically. So we have a full line of products that can help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. All right. We have discounted retail packages for first-time customers to give you discounts all the way up to 64%, depending on how much of the products you want. It's living the energized life. I love this quote: everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. It's not philosophy, it's physics. All of this stuff I just talked about, you can do with your mind, okay, if you can control your mind, consciously and unconsciously. And so what we do is give you a shortcut. Even though 90 to 95% of most people's physical problems, diseases, and discomforts are caused by emotional reality or emotional, stuck emotions in the cell memory, this lifetime or past, conscious or unconscious. But we can get you out of pain physically. And we also have products, pendants that help you clear emotional trauma by clearing cell memory. So we have a full line of products here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself. So we got any questions?
God, there must be a million questions. I've used the lasers actually for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
As I said, the green laser I use my daughter, and because when you're in a terrible accident, the blood goes to the parts of the body that are most important. So the least important are the toes. So all the toes became necrotic. I mean black. And they came in and they wanted to amputate the toes. And so I did the laser. Actually, I did it for a half hour twice a day. And except for the big toe, now the big toe, only the nail is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I owe it all to the laser, 100%. No question asked.
Yeah,
So
that's what.
Yeah, and so I'm going to thank you, Joe. And Joe actually, Joe is going to be in his own private room, and so if you want to speak to Joe, ask him some more questions, we'll go to room 9. Vicky will send Joe to room 9. Joe, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. See everybody in room 9 that has questions.